Food fraud in potatoes. When we think about food fraud, we often think about foods like olive oil and honey, or expensive beverages like champagne and whiskey. Potatoes? Not so much. Food fraud comes in many forms, with the most concerning being crimes in which food or drink is adulterated or faked entirely by people who are more concerned about profits than safety. Adulteration-type food fraud shows up like toxic melamine powder added to baby formula and lead chromate added to cinnamon, which caused up to 300,000 illnesses in China in 2008 and a multi-million unit recall in the USA in 2023, respectively. Adulteration is not usually a fraud seen in fresh whole vegetables like potatoes. After all, you can't easily boost the economic value of a potato by adding a nitrogen-boosting compound or a toxic colorant. It's not unheard of, though. Last year, criminals in India were discovered colouring 2,100 kilograms of white potatoes with illegal and undeclared red dye in a warehouse. The red potatoes were sold at a significantly higher price than white potatoes. Adulteration is the type of food fraud we worry most about because of its impact on food safety, but there are, of course, other ways for criminals to profit by misleading their customers and consumers. When it comes to whole vegetables, the frauds we most often hear about are smuggling, theft, and misrepresentation. Fraud suspicions, as listed by the European Commission's Alert and Cooperation Network in their monthly Agri-Food Fraud Suspicion reports, include many related to vegetables and fruit. In fact, fruit and veg is the category with the highest number of fraud suspicions in their monthly reports. The fraud suspicions for vegetables and fruit are usually related to the presence of pesticide residues. They're called suspicions because it's impossible to know whether the pesticide residues are present due to intentional law-breaking or because farmers or traders are unaware of the presence of the pesticides or their regulatory status. Although there are possible frauds related to pesticide use in potato supply chains, I suspect that a more common type of fraud for potatoes is misrepresentation. Claims about the organic status, the geographical origin, and the quality grade are called credence claims by food fraud experts because consumers have no way to verify their validity. We don't have many records of credence claim fraud for vegetables because food fraud incidents are more likely to be investigated and reported in official systems when they have the potential to impact human safety. However, in 2022, the United Kingdom's National Food Crime Unit investigated a company that was alleged to be selling low-grade potatoes in place of premium-grade potatoes. Similarly, in 2023, Italian authorities seized 33,000 kilograms of potatoes that had been imported but were fraudulently marketed as Italian-grown. Among my list of food fraud incidents, the others related to potatoes are for theft from farms in Spain, consignments without proper documentation, and so probably stolen, in Italy, and alleged anti-competitive trading of frozen potato products in the USA. The takeaway? Even the lowly spud is not immune from food fraud.